I got my hands on the preview demo for Dune Awakening, and after spending at least 1 hour screaming and running around my room, I decided it was time to download and jump into the game. Now, Funcom were extremely brave for giving me access, as I've known to cause chaos and break a lot of things. Just a quick disclaimer, what you're about to see here is taken from a preview build of the game and does not reflect the final quality of the product. So, got your snacks, subbed and liked? Yeah? Let's jump right in. Thankfully, I had already created my beautiful character, and I had to compliment her a bit as she reflects me with her gorgeous mustache. Oh yeah, she's working with something. We wake up on an unknown planet and make our way to the surface. Typically, you're moving through a tutorial guide for basic movement and crafting of the game. Once you reach the surface, the game teaches you about the sun, combat, using the knife that you crafted to slash your way through the intro. I'm skipping the story's cutscenes so you don't get spoiled, but you are put into the world of Arrakis, and we get our first glimpse of the worm, or as I nickname him, Wormy.
Oh, poor world. I couldn't wait for you. But now you need to run. The sandworm is coming. Run! Now!
Now that we've been dropped into the world, I start crafting my gear, researching my equipment, and began immediately exploring some caves. Unfortunately, I accidentally set off some bombs in the process.
Very few people are foolhardy enough to use shields this deep in the sands, and that is to your advantage.
Started gathering my materials with my trusty cutter and defending myself with my makeshift pistol. Trust me, the guns do improve as you get further into the game, so bear with me on this one. My number 2 in this play session is Ash, my husband.
Fuck off, worm.
Right, come on.
Look at him, it's right there, dickhead.
Who unfortunately spawned quite far away and decided not to make the journey to me immediately. On a side note, what a good choice he made, because there are worms everywhere. So I set off on my quest to find him and group up. Along the way, I met many challenges in forms of bandits who are aggressive as hell. For instance... came for me. Oh my god, that was so funny. He came for me while I was healing. So I was taking names and lives trying to cross the long desert. 2 things you always need to know when you're traveling the dunes of Arrakis. Number 1, the sun. It sucks. The sun is brutal, it's unforgiving in this game, and heat stroke is actually a thing, and you should not sleep on this, as it will actually kill you. Number 2 is worms. Open deserts are full of sandworms, which can detect your activity, running, walking, or even crouching across. I'm not gonna lie, I was cocky, and I almost got eaten by a worm trying to get to Ash. Oh, mama. Oh. Oh, okay. You really can't go on the... I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. The music kick-started, which is a hint that you've aggroed the worm, and it's coming. After my close shave of the worm, I thought I had found Ash. Hooray! But wait a minute. Ash has a bike? I saw this lovely player sprint across the dunes on their bike, almost mocking me. I continue to get tons of material in the meantime, still trying to get across to my husband. But honestly, this was no easy feat. Finally, after what felt like 5 years, Ash appeared after his lovely encounter of being eaten by a worm. And I, of course, decided to shoot him to show him my true love and to see if he could die twice within 5 minutes. It is a shame that didn't work out, but still, Ash wanted to see if he could get back his stuff after being eaten by the worm. But unfortunately, once you get eaten, you lose everything. So Ash's response to this was, if you get eaten, it would make sense that you've lost everything.
Yeah, it's nothing. Okay.
Haha, okay.
Bollocks. Give me a minute. Come in, I'm coming. Wormy's coming.
Run!
Fuck off, worm.
Right, come on.
Look at him, he's right there, dickhead.
After some lovely, gentle, kind, caring words to the worm, decided to start settling down and building our base. Now, before you come at me in the comments, yes, I only built 7 floor foundations before I turned and saw Ash build a freaking mansion. But in my defense, well, no excuse really. So we built our base, decided to use his base to save time as we really wanted to start exploring. Think this game doesn't have enough content? Think again. This whole time we've been killing bandits and raiding a lot of loot, and we're running back to our base when Ash got caught and frozen by the Sudokar. And talk about timing, because the worm appeared also. We honestly made it out by the skin of our teeth, but Ash still had the red light on him, following him for a few seconds. Eventually, after a little bit, it lost track, but that doesn't mean it actually didn't stop searching for us, as the light was yellow, but eventually it did turn back to white and went patrolling like normal. So be a bit careful at night, because literally no place is safe. So I needed to get a couple more items to craft some things, and on my way back, I just got wrecked by a sandstorm. Ash and I finally got to craft our still suits, and it was time for us to cover more of the map. But I can't be bothered to explore everywhere, so I did what anyone else would do. I launched a probe to uncover all the points of interest on the map. Slight rant, but I'm quite particular when it comes to in-game maps. It might be due to my dyspraxia, but I struggle to read overly complex maps. However, the map in Dune Awakening is far from this, and it is one of my favorite maps. Okay. Probe is very good. It's super visually appealing and also easy to navigate. Ash and I started working our way towards the trade post, where we picked up our first contract. A contract is a side request that gives you additional loot, XP, and money. There were NPCs patrolling the posts, more NPCs to interact with for many different needs. We then decided to take on a big boy camp full of bandits and to put all the skills to the test. I came across some bikes that I thought I could steal.
Steal the bikes. It is your destiny.
Go away. Can you steal? No. Broken. Ah. After not being able to steal them, we finally went to the shipwreck to do our contract request. At this point, I learned additional skills, researched the next tier for armor and weapons. I finally upgraded my gun, which was a blessing because, Lord, I did not want the other gun any longer than I needed to. The next objective we were given was to infiltrate and investigate the abandoned botanical testing station. And boy, did the tone of the game change. It became dark, gloomy, and just full of tension. Dune generally feels loud, but in this place, you could hear a pin drop and the feeling of the game shifted. I finally got to try out my new gun and was a very happy lady by the feel and power of it. Oh. After this, we finally got to craft and try out our sandbite. And man, is it a game changer. We took it for a spin, and to get from A to B is much easier and faster than before. The only thing you need to make note of is the bike attracts the worm much faster when on foot, so plan your routes carefully. I loved riding on the bikes and really felt like I was on Arrakis. Yeehaw! I yeehawed too hard and put my bike through it, and let's just say it needed a little bit of TLC. I logged on for the next session and my bike was in really bad shape. It was quite literally smoking. Ash fixed it quickly so we could be on our merry way to the north. We made our way to the border between the starting area and the north. So Ash took lead and gave some words of encouragement to me.
Wormy's fucked off. Let's go.
Oh no, Ash, I hear the music.
Keep going. We're faster on the bikes.
Ash!
I know. He's way off though. It's fine. We're okay.
Oh, I see him. We arrived, woo, to the next area, but we made a grave mistake in that we didn't bring anything with us whatsoever, except the clothes on our back and our basic equipment. Note to self, don't do this because the next 3 hours were difficult and downright painful as we basically had to rebuild. I, of course, took this news well. But it's not all doom and gloom. We found some new ore, which was iron, but we couldn't mine with the equipment we had as it was too basic. So we get back on our bikes and try to find a new location to start afresh. But let Ash tell you how it feels currently to be on Arrakis.
Oh, but what is gonna get fuck me?
While attempting to find a new home, we discovered new flowers that you can drink from. We then began planting ourselves for our new base and making sure we were always near the flowers. Let me tell you, Dune only gets more brutal from here. Let's talk about the new biome. It's huge with lots of camps, and if you feel like the starting area is big, think again. Now Dune gets serious. It's not only huge, but graphics-wise, it's unique and mega different. It's more industrialized and the area has a red hue to it, and honestly, it's a war zone at times. Ships are being shot down and crashing into the sands, and the sands themselves have dangers. The cliff areas are not only just cosmetic, they have a whole web of caves, camps, and secrets. It was quite literally a maze, and then I realized how many hours you could just play exploring, and not only the survival aspect of it. So I put Ash to work again, and he built the base and I contributed to it in the form of some decorations.
You alright? Oh my god. It's on the bench. That's fine.
My decor is complete. Now that we've completed home renovations, we found ourselves seriously lacking in blood and materials. So we did what we know best. We went out and explored to scavenge needed resources. We came across some enemies which are quite different from the star, which we killed with semi-ease. Then Ash suggested we should do this big camp nearby, so we went ahead and we learnt the hard way that they were not going to be easy and guns won't work for everything.
Well, it's way too close, bro. Yeah, we should definitely just camp here. And we've got water plants near here, so if we need water, we're good.
Oh! Bloody hell! Ah! He jump kicked me! Ash? This camp made me realize that we were under-equipped and out of our depth. So we headed back to our base and I made my next mistake. I decided to research and fabricate the Cutter Ray Mark II, which is an absolute beast at mining as it gives you a much higher yield per rock. However, I should have gone to the trial and I would have learnt the Cutter Ray Mark I, which is what we should have been aiming for in the game. So we jumped the gun a little bit and made it harder for ourselves. And when I say we raided base after base to get iron, materials and blood, because iron ingots require water to refine. That's a nice little tip for you. So with this in mind, Ash and I worked tirelessly to fabricate the next tier of the still suit and other improvements before we decided to head on our next trial. Whilst we were on our travels from A to B, we realized as we were going across the dunes that the worm isn't really around as much anymore. We were driving along the dunes for a good amount of time and no wormy activity going on, despite the noise meter going ham. After we completed the second trial, as I mentioned before, we realized we were way ahead in equipment, but lacking research points to begin learning the next tier of equipment. So we decided to go to an Imperial site. Little did we know the site was absolutely massive, with 1 million enemies and a mini boss, which is new. The boss himself was pretty hard as he had an improved shield on, so bullets were basically useless. Not only that, he had a bloody flamethrower mate, which had a reach of God knows what. So we had to play it strategically, as it required melee only to kill him. Ah! Get him. No!
Okay, he was the big boss.
After defeating the boss, we looted some last bits and made our way back up to the entrance. When we climbed out of the Imperial station, we met, as I like to call him, Naked Guy. Ooh. Naked Guy.
Is that a player?
Oh no.
It is a player.
He's naked. But not only that, but to see them fight in melee and naked. After admiring Naked Guy, we hopped back on our bikes to make our way back to our base. However, it was not as peaceful as I would have liked. Ash got caught by the Sudoku beam again. And not only this, but it dropped enemies down and almost killed us. And so I blamed our new friend, Naked Guy. Ash. We get caught already. Run, Ash!
Okay, go, bro. Oh, shit.
Run, Ash!
I'm gonna die.
Run!
Just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, just keep going, just keep going. I'm about to die. I literally have like 2 hits left. I'm dead.
Hey, run. You go ahead.
I'm running.
Okay, we lost track of us.
Oh, thank God I'm healing.
Maybe it was the naked guy. It was the naked guy! A new dawn and a new day begins. This was our final day on Arrakis. So moving on, when you upgrade to the next level of housing to the advanced subfief, you have some menus, and worst thing of all is taxes. Who needs taxes when you get taxed IRL? Am I right? Well, I guess rent is always due, even in games. We walk outside to begin our day, and this happens.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa!
Oh.
That's the spice explosion.
Ooh. Can we get the spice? Let's just say that scared the living daylights out of us, but I was eager to harvest the spice. And so I pressured Ash to come along and harvest with me, knowing the danger of Wormy. Who's that Thumper?
Oh God.
Ash! Thumper!
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Turn around.
Okay, we can turn around.
Oh no! Turn around now! Forget the spice! It's coming!
Oh God.
What I thought was the thumper was actually the drum sand, which is marked on your map as red circles. Please make sure you avoid these while traveling across the dunes, as it will guarantee worm activity. Before we move on to our next trial, we needed to do a little bit more gathering, as research is the key to moving forward in this game. As I mentioned before, Arrakis is a brutal place, and this was my first death in 15 hours. Not to flex, but I think that's pretty good going, considering everything literally wants to kill me. Climbing is very much needed and encouraged, as there's a lot of verticality to Arrakis. But with a suspensor belt, you can climb up pretty quickly. We hit a shipwreck and were surprised to find it flagged as a PvP area. What was more interesting is the loot is first come first served, meaning you better grab it first and bloody run. I of course took all the loot, so Ash had none, even though we were in a party together. A thing to note is the loot here spawns every 45 minutes. You're welcome, by the way. We are tired of Wormy at this point and decided we wanted to be with people who weren't trying to kill us. So we decided to travel to the newest trade post, the Anvil. You are introduced to House Harkonnen and Atreides, which has a special contract assigned to them. But again, mega spoilers. There are new contracts here that are exclusive to the new areas. So we did what we do best and grabbed one, not knowing we were about to run into a literal shit show. But before that, let's go to the Winchester and kick back and grab a pint and let the sandstorm all blow over.
Having a nice beer while we're waiting for the sandstorm to blow over. Okay, the sandstorm effect has gone, which means open sesame.
Hey. As we've progressed through the game, you may have noticed we have different journeys, or as I like to call them, objectives. This really opened my eyes to the sheer amount of things that you could do in this game outside the main story. And now I understand why Funcom say with confidence that you will get 100+ hours worth of content at launch. I got bored of waiting for Ash to upgrade her guns and equipment, so I decided to play on our invisible monkey bars.
Why are you climbing on a roof, bro?
Whoa, ninja! Sprite.
Monkey bars.
On our way back from the third trial, I had to cut this out because of spoilers. Wormy decided it wanted a snack, and this time it wasn't Ash.
We'll see him eating the ship.
Me? Yes! Guilds do exist in Dune Awakening, and we found found out recently from Funcom that you can have up to 32 players in a guild at one time. So, if you're interested in joining a guild at launch, consider subscribing to keep an eye on my socials and a community post here on YouTube for more info. Ash was slowly losing his mind to spice, or was it heat stroke? I don't know. But he started to talk to the worm regularly.
Hello, Wormy. Goodbye, Wormy. We're going to travel in the opposite direction of you.
We finally got to the 4th trial. Woo! But I can't show you that either, as big spoilers. So use your imagination and look forward to launch. This is the end of the main story for the preview, as we needed steel to move forward towards the 5th trial and beyond. I finally assembled the new Mark II bike and was super excited to take it out for a spin. Ash decided and said,
Hey, let's do this contract and go to this Imperial station, Bex.
on our journey to the station, I'm convinced Ash promised Wormy lunch and had offered me as the main course. Ash?
Yeah, I know. I'm not looking. I'm just going. Okay.
Ash, it's coming! It's
Yeah, it's
coming!
coming.
Ash, no!
Did you get eaten?
No! Oh my
Oh,
god,
thank God.
Ash!
Survived.
We arrive at the other Imperial base, and it was huge beyond anything I had seen in the game so far. And it was hard. We realized by the loot that they were dropping that it was steel tier loot, and we were out of our depth. We pushed through, and I think it's my only flex so far, except for not getting eaten by the worm. Finally, after arriving back at our base, I decided to make it more cozy with a sprinkle of decoration. Ash and I decided we should spruce up our role-playing skills, and me, of course, had to be threatening. Hey, Ash.
That timing.
Same time.
That was funny.
And so, our adventure has come to an end. Or has it? I really wasn't ready to let go of being in Arrakis. Funcom have done something great and really made a game that is purely inspired by Frank Herbert's Dune universe. Granted, there are a few creative liberties here and there, but it does feel like a Dune experience overall. I could say hand on heart that there are no other games that feel like this out there right now. And it just gets me even more excited for launch in June. You might be asking yourself, how did I say goodbye to Arrakis? Well, like any other person would, like this.